Hey Murari, are you ready with the page?
Sir, may I know the page number?
29.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready. 29, first paragraph. We're just waiting for you, Murari. Tell us when you're ready.
Yes, sir, I am ready.
Perfect. Understanding the sequence will help you manage your growth more effectively. But I'm not suggesting that you put yourself in isolation for several years until you fully develop habits 1, 2, and 3. As part of an interdependent world, you have to relate to that world every day. But the acute problems of that world can easily obscure the chronic character causes. Understanding how what you are impacts every interdependent interaction. Is this a mistake? Understanding how what you are impacts every interdependent interaction will help you to focus your efforts sequentially in harmony with the natural laws of growth. I think there is some issue with the grammar in this, but anyways, what he's saying is that understanding how your world impacts it will help you be in harmony with the natural laws which he has been talking about since when. Habit 7 is the habit of renewal, a regular, balanced renewal of the four basic dimensions of life. It circles and embodies all the other habits. So he has brought up a new concept now that there are four basic dimensions of life. Dimensions means, in simple words, parts, four simple parts of life. It circles and embodies all other habits. Circles and embodies means if you know sets, right? Sets like concentric circle. Just think of all the other things are small, small circles, and then draw one big circle around it. Imagine that in your head. That is exactly the vocabulary of this line. Imagine small, small circles are drawn, and imagine one big circle drawn around that. That is the concept of circles and embodies all the other habits. Did you understand this line, Murari? What it means, circles and embodies exactly? Yeah, Murari,
Yes, sir.
very clearly you understood?
No, sir. Like I.
I knew it. So let's do something unique, okay?
Okay.
Uh, so I'm trying to share my screen. Tell me, can you see it? Can I share my screen, ma'am? Is that can I get the permission? Multiple.
We cannot see your screen share, Vinny.
I don't know. I don't have the permission. Now I have it. Can you see it now?
Started. It is blank.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. I have to draw it still. I just thought
Okay,
of
okay.
it. Yeah, yeah. So this drawing will be a little tough, but you understand, okay? This is called H1. What is H1? Habit 1. Okay, I can't write habit. I'm using a mouse. So you have to understand. Murari, you have to tell me yes every time you understand something. No every time you don't understand something. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Do you understand what these two circles are?
Yes, sir.
H1 is
Habit one and habit one.
habit.
Habit two.
What is this?
Habit three.
Perfect. This is what he's saying. He's saying that last law number 7 literally means this. circles and M bodies. This circle is law 7, what he's talking about. Got it?
Yes.
This is
Yes,
called
right. Good.
encircling, and embodies means within its body. It's embodied, it's inside the body of it. So this is what he
Okay.
literally circles and embodies. Like very literally, this is what it means.
Yeah.
Is it
Okay.
clear now? Yeah.
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah. So see, it's one is the reading aspect. We're not just here to finish book after book, right? Where if we can learn even one or two new things in each class, then that much it's fruitful. I feel the class. Next time, if you ever see something like this, I'm sure you will be able to recollect it easier.
Okay.
Hmm. So it circles and embodies all the other habits. It is the habit of continuous improvement that creates the upward spiral of growth that lifts you to new levels of understanding and living each of the habits as you come around to them on a progressively higher plane. So they are saying, in simple words, what I think is habit 7 is the habit of regular practice. Okay. So if you can't run a marathon, how will you run it? Every day you will start, let's say you can do only 1 kilometer today. So you start with 1 kilometer. For the next 2 or 3 weeks, you do 1 kilometer. After that, every 2 weeks, you increase by 1 kilometer. Maybe it will take you a year to train for the marathon, but 1 year later, you will be marathon ready. So slowly, 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 if we improve, then we can go ahead. That is what this line is saying. The diagram on the next page is a visual representation of the sequence and the interdependence of the 7 habits. Okay, this is simple, saying there will be some figure which is coming ahead, and he's saying ki whatever I have explained in English, right, in big long sentences, I like how I made a simple diagram. He's like I have also made some simple diagram to understand what are the 7 habits, and we will be used throughout this book will be used the diagram. The diagram will be used throughout this book as we explore both the sequential relationship. Sequential relationship means that it comes one after the other. So first you will go to school, then you will go to college, then you will go to job, then you will get married, then you will have kids. It cannot be ulta, no? As soon as you are born, you will have kids, then you get married, then because the sequence will break. So that is the correct sequence. Explore both the sequential relationship between the habits and also the synergy. Synergy is like a new age term, you can say. It's like sync plus energy is synergy, and it is like basically how well work together, how well they integrate together. That is synergy. It's a good fancy word. If you ever want to use it in an interview, I would suggest please mug it up, especially if you go to some little bit of a corporate office. Use these heavy words, city and all, and they will get impressed. Okay, wah, wah. Kya baat hai Murari, wah. So it's a nice word to use in an interview if you would like to.
Yes.
Between the habit and also the synergy. But you understood what synergy means, right? It just means like how you work means matlab vibe. You know the meaning of vibe? That's the colloquial word of synergy. कि यार the I like the vibe of this place. Synergy is a professional way. You know what vibe means, right? That colloquial vibes.
Yes, sir.
This
Like,
this cafe has a nice vibe. I vibe well with my friend. If you want to use it in a professional way, then you call it synergy. That's all.
yes. Okay, good.
And will be used throughout this book As we explore both the sequential relationship between the habits and also the synergy, how in relating to each other, they create bold new forms of each other that add even more to their value. Basically, he's saying ki individually they were not so strong, but together they are amazing. This like that Amir Khan, no? Okay, one finger is not as strong, but together they will become a fist. That is what simple language, that is exactly what he's saying. Each concept or habit will be highlighted as it is introduced. Okay, we have hardly read anything, so I will just continue. Effectiveness defined. The seven habits are habits of effectiveness. Effectiveness means they're like a practical use. Okay, there's not just some theory which we are learning. Some practical use is also there. So the seven habits are habits of effectiveness because they are based on principles. They bring the maximum long-term beneficial results possible. So there are few keywords because they are based on principles. Principle means fundamental laws which cannot change. Gravity will go downwards, that is a principle. Because they are based on principles, they bring the maximum long term beneficial. So these are, I think, adjectives, yeah, or adverbs maybe. Not sure exactly, but essentially, how he's describing the results is maximum long term and beneficial. Maximum, you understood? Long term means obviously beneficial, which is useful. Maximum long term beneficial results possible. They become the basis of a person's character, creating an empowering center of correct maps from which an individual can effectively solve problems, maximize opportunities, and continually learn and integrate other principles in an upward spiral of growth. So he's saying these seven habits are like your foundation. Everything that you learn or do or grow in life from will be based on these seven principles. Everything can be derived from here. They are also habits of effectiveness because they are based on a paradigm of effectiveness that is in harmony with a natural law, a principle I call the P/PC balance, which many people break themselves against. He's saying a lot of people find this particular principle called P/PC balance very confusing, very difficult. That's what he meant by people break themselves again means people are not actually breaking. It means they're breaking their head. They're not understanding it. They find it difficult. They find it confusing. But he said that they're effective because this principle P/PC balance, which we'll see what it means, is effective. And the seven laws are essentially based on that principle. This principle can be easily understood by remembering the Aesop's fable of the goose and the golden egg TM. Aesop's fable is like, do you know Aesop's fable? Like Arabian Nights, Panchatantra. It's like a classic story. You know Panchatantra, right? Or even more modern days, Amar Chitra Katha. You might have heard of it. Are you there? No.
Yes, sir,
There
I
are,
am there.
yeah. Have you heard of Amar Chitra Katha?
No, sir, I didn't.
You've not heard, or okay, like any classical Indian book, right? If you hear about it, it's like a storybook. Essentially, it's a storybook. Okay, no issues if you're not heard of Amar Chitra Katha or so. Aesop's fable is like a storybook. It's a very famous storybook, you can say, which has a lot of short stories. And he's giving the name of one such story called The Goose and the Golden Egg. What is that story? That also he's narrating. This fable means story essentially. Made up story is called a fable. This fable is the story of a poor farmer who one day discovers in the nest of his pet goose a glittering golden egg. Goose, you know, right? Like it's like a duck who gives eggs. So if you go to a duck, will you get golden eggs? No, you'll get normal eggs. But one day this farmer get a golden egg. At first, he thinks it must be some kind of trick. But as he starts to throw the egg aside, he has second thoughts and takes it in to be appraised instead. So he got the golden egg. He's like, someone is playing mischief on me. He's like, I think it's gold and inside that chocolate will come. When you were young, did you have that chocolate? It used to come like a golden coin. It's just a wrapper. You open the wrapper and inside 2 rupees chocolate is there. But you think it is like some gold coin. Have you had that, Murari?
Yes, sir, I have.
Yeah, so he thinks that someone is doing like that. Okay, some egg, it's not a real gold. But he's like, okay, let me go and get it tested. Appraised means let me find out its actual market value from a professional. The egg is pure gold. The farmer can't believe his good fortune. He becomes even more incredulous. Incredulous means like insanely excited. The following day, when the experience is repeated, day after day, he awakens to rush to the nest and find another golden egg. He becomes fabulously wealthy. It all seems too good to be true. But with his increasing wealth comes greed and impatience. Unable to wait day after day for the golden eggs, the farmer decides he will kill the goose and get them all at once. But when he opens the goose, he finds it empty. There are no golden eggs. And now there is no way to get any more because the goose is dead. The farmer has destroyed the goose that produced them. But as the story shows, true effectiveness is a function of two things: what is produced, which is they call the golden egg, and the producing asset or capacity to produce, which is the goose. So essentially, if you want a simple example of this is, you can think of it as also like a factory and a product. Let's think of it as a Coke factory. Okay. So what is produced is the bottle of Coca-Cola. You have had Coca-Cola in your life? Coca-Cola or Pepsi or something.
Yes, sir.
You have had, right? And it's made in a factory. So that is what he's saying. What is produced in that example will be Coke, and the producing asset or capacity to produce is the Coke factory. That is the same example he has given here. If you adopt a pattern of life that focuses on golden eggs and neglects the goose, you will soon be without the asset that produces golden eggs. So he's saying that if the people who run the Coke company, they said that, okay, we have 100 bottles of Coke today, but we're just going to invest money on making these 100 bottles very, very shiny, but we will not upgrade the factory's capacity. We will not modernize the factory. We will not ensure that the workers are taken care of well. We will, all those kind of things. That is what the first line says. You know it's obvious what is going to happen. But on the other hand, if you only take care of the goose with no aim towards the golden eggs, you soon you soon won't have the wherewithal to feed yourself or the goose. Means he's saying that if you have a factory, you keep modernizing the factory, but you don't even produce one Coke bottle. Then what will you sell? Ultimately, you have invested all your money in the factory, and not even one thing is produced, and then you won't have any more money to invest because you're not earning any money from it. So, what is the solution? Effectiveness lies in the balance, what I call the P slash PC balance. P stands for, I think TM here is trademark. Like he has made his own thing here, and I think he's trademarked it. I don't know what it is. But yeah, you can ignore that, I think. P stands for production of desired results. The golden egg, or in our example, the Coke bottles. So P stands for the Coke bottles or golden eggs. PC stands for production capability, the ability or asset that produces the golden eggs, which is the factory or the goose in that example. Okay, let's take a moment of breath here. Uh, I don't want you, let's do something different. Okay, Murari?
Okay.
Instead of saying just something from the book or what you liked, we do that every time. Let's do something, okay, from what you read so far, okay, in today's class. Say one way in which you could apply it in your life, maybe. Take a minute to think if you want. Take a minute to think, but understand everything that was said. In your mind, process it how much ever you can. I don't care if it's right or wrong. That's not important. But it's important to process the words. Many times we visualize the words and then we can understand it. So process the word, like squeeze out their meaning, like how you squeeze out juice from a fruit, and tell me how will you use it in your life, or if you were to use it in your life practically from what you have learned, what would you do?
Just a minute.
Did you understand what I'm asking? If you have any question
Yes,
in
sir.
understanding what I'm asking, you tell me. I don't mind discussing. You are blessed today. You are the only one. So I don't have to give any attention or time to anyone else. Full attention and time is for you only.
Yes.
Did you understand what I'm asking?
Yes, sir. I have understood.
Okay. Okay. 2 minutes is fine if you need 2 minutes.
Yes, sir. Just 1 minute. I will tell.
Okay. Let's take a minute or two, and
Yes.
till then let's ask Taranji Ji. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I was just having my medicine only.
Yeah.
Vineet, you know, the children, whoever Murari or Chandrasekhar and one Fozia, these three, I think so Fozia because Eid is coming tomorrow or day after tomorrow, Eid is there, so might be she is not attending. And we are having over here in Bombay, we have a festival called Gudi Padwa. It is their Marathi New Year. So might be, I don't know about South much.
I know.
Children.
It's Ugadi so it's a Indian festival. They just
No,
call
no,
it
it's Ugadi
name.
same, like Gudi Padwa,
Yeah,
Ugadi. Yeah.
it's the
Okay.
same Sunday. It's the same
Ugadi
thing.
like Gudi Padwa or it is same like Baisakhi?
No, Gudi.
Yes. Gudi
Same.
Padwa is New Year.
Gudi
Gudi
Padwa is
Padwa.
here and Baisakhi is a harvest festival.
Yeah.
No, that also Makar Sankranti. No, you're talking about.
Makar Sankranti, Baisakhi.
Is not the harvest festival. That is when the they start now. They will start.
Lori, no, that is Lori
The fasal pak jati katte nahi katte. They start in Baisakhi because that
and Baisa.
actually Makar Sankranti ends the winter season. Like winter is over. After that, the summer starts. Spring starts. Sorry, the spring starts
Right.
after that. बसंत
Right.
हम लोग बसंत बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में पंजाबी में also we called it as बसंत बसंत का मौसम चालू हो जाता है so but
Basant.
the festival when it is the harvesting starts.
No, no, no. So for in South, it's a harvest festival because they do get the new harvest then in the south. So that's when we do it. So now it is the new year.
Okay, yeah, this is the new year, the one we are going to
Yes,
celebrate
technically
tomorrow.
it's a new. Yeah.
Padwa is a new
But
year. Vaisakhi is a harvest. Like from that day, they start harvesting the crops that are standing.
Okay. Because for
we
us,
call
it's
it.
Baisakhi. I mean, sorry, it's New Year, Ugadi. That is the starting of our lunar year.
Yeah, our new year is over. Like it was there on 20th of March. So that new year is
Is
like
today.
according to Guru Nanak Dev Ji's birthday, the Punjabi
Okay.
Sikh New Year. So that
Okay, okay, okay.
8th of March. And
Yeah,
now the Harvest Festival. Yes, the thing I was complimenting you, Vineet, I really wish I had one teacher like you. I really, I think I would have been 100 part of you. I would have been blessed. I am also not that good as you are. It's really, I really love listening to you.
I'm happy you're feeling happy, but it's nothing like that.
No, no, it's not that.
I'm,
But yes, you are really very good. You know what it is?
I'm
Uh,
mine.
I, and again, I've told you, like I tell everybody, that every teacher teaches you 2 plus 2 is 4. But hardly a teacher teaches you 5 minus 1 is also 4. Very few teachers are there, those who will teach you that. And giving the explanation of words is easy, but giving thought provoking, like you have to answer a question is easier, but then give your own thoughts is difficult. So today it was really something like I also many a times in my classes used to question. So I'm feeling that feeling is coming today. When you ask Murari to give his own thoughts, what we read is yes, definitely it helps us in our life. But how it helps us, putting it into practice is a difficult thing to say.
I'll tell you, something honestly. This
Yeah.
is just grace of God and like ancestors and my parents, I would say. I didn't come prepared with all this. I didn't think I will come and say do like this. So masti mein I said like that, okay, let's do something different. I am getting bored with that same old style. Again, okay, what did you learn? What did you? I was only getting bored. So out of my own masti, I have come and done this. It is not like I am some very great thing or anything. So if
You
there's
know,
any,
I also for one second thought that yes, if I have to put this into my practice in my life, how will I do it? And you were
I
stuck
was
there.
only getting bored of listening to the same thing again. I am like, okay, let's do something exciting. It's Friday evening. It's a long weekend. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I am in that mood. So from there it has come. It's not like I am some great person.
And
And
Aesop
I
fables are stories that are made up. Like, they don't have connection to the real world. Aesop fables were stories that, like, we had Jakarta tales, or we had the uh, Vikram and Betal stories. That kind of stories which are made up, which has no connection to the real world. It were moral stories. Actually, they were moral stories to give you morals. So develop the value
correct.
system in the people, so that, like Indians, we had that Jakarta tales and they had that Aesop's fables. Like there was a saint by the name of Aesop.
Jackal. Jackal is that blue jackal, no?
I can't get you. What is it?
Blue jackal. I think they are.
Blue jackal. I did not get it.
Yeah.
But
That's a
Blue
story.
Jackal, no, no, Blue Jackal is from Panchatantra. Aesop's
yeah,
From
Fable, Blue Jackal is from Panchatantra.
that is from Panchatantra. Panchatantra. Yes. Panchatantra was basically having animal figures, animal people, like saying, and Jataka tales were men, like human beings.
No, no, no. Jataka Tales had both men and animals. Uh, Same with Panchatantra. But both, so Jataka Tales was more to do with you as a person, how you behave. And Panchatantra, the whole focus was in teaching the king's sons how to be good kings.
No, it was not
How,
like it was more like what I understand about it. They to build a value system and a moral system. Jataka like Panchatantra.
Jataka,
They
yes.
were stories
Jataka's,
of
so
king's
uh,
son. Definitely the stories of. Sans?
No. So Jataka tales are the tales, Buddhist tales, wherein these are the tales where Bodhisattva, the Buddha, all the previous lives of the Buddha.
Acha. Okay. I didn't know
So
that.
the Bodhisattva, so Jataka tales were all the previous lives of Buddha, because they say he didn't come directly as a human. He came in different lives as deer, elephants.
Yes.
Okay.
Are
So
we not digressing too much today?
We are.
We just, yeah, we are.
Murari is not ready as of now, I think so.
We give chance then.
We're
Because
just enjoying the fact that it's only us.
Vinita has given him the freedom. Whenever you are ready, tell me.
No, but I think I should. Murari, are you ready?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm ready.
Okay,
He's
perfect.
just enjoying the fact that we are arguing and giving each other.
No, we are having a better understanding of all of us. Like
Yes.
whatever we have.
Okay, now the floor is all for Murari. We will all
Yes,
start.
now all for Murari.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Can I explain? Yes. Like when I like after reading the book, I have understood like the story of like duck and the golden egg. Like where I can implement in our life means like I have thought that like example like if I gone to any like if I selected like I have got a job in a top MNC companies, I got a salary like where I can get in a like in first month I got a salary of like few months like more money. Like I should not spend like total money in a one night. Like I should take care of like family and like spend in a step by step by way. I think you should not go to aggressive and like I got money like I can get all money like I got a money like I can spend it in one night and like chill. We should not be like that, and we should spend money in a meaningful way. I think like where I can implement in my life the story and
That's really good. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, Murari. That's an apt analogy. So you understood the story, you derived its meaning, and you are able to apply it also in your life. And that is the whole point of learning language and reading these amazing books, that we can actually do that.
yes,
Thank you so much for sharing, man. That's really good.
thank you.
Continuing, three kinds of assets. Assets means something uh, which will produce a return for me. Like, let's say, having an FD is an asset, having some gold, family gold, is an asset, having a property is an asset. These are financial assets. So there can be any kind of asset. One is financial, another type could be having a family is a social asset, means I'm getting the return of that family's love. Having children is another type of asset. Having a job is also an asset. So asset is that which can give me some returns. Now let's see what are the three kinds of assets which the author is talking about. Basically, there are three kinds of assets: physical, financial, and human. Let's look at each one in turn. Means one by one, let's look at all of them. A few years ago, I purchased a physical asset, a power lawn mower. Power lawn mower means it's like to cut grass. Okay, lawn mower, like especially abroad, all the houses have lawns, like how you have in a garden, small garden there. And to cut the grass, have you seen? No, they will have a machine, and then you roll that machine over the grass, and it will cut the grass automatically. That's what a power lawn mower is. I used it over and over again without doing anything to maintain it. The mower worked well for 2 seasons, but Then it began to break down. When I tried to revive it with service and sharpening, I discovered the engine had lost over half its original power capacity. It was essentially worthless. I had invested in PC. Had I invested in PC in preserving and maintaining the asset, I would still be enjoying its P, the mode lawn. This is from the PC balance which he gave earlier. So he's saying if I took care of it, then I could use it. Similar power, it's like if you have a confusion, then it's like car, right? Car or bike if you drive. You have to service the bike, yeah, once in a year at least. Otherwise, it'll get spoiled. Change the oil, this, that, filter, whatever. As it was, I had to spend far more time and money replacing the mower than I would ever have spent had I maintained it. It simply wasn't effective. In our quest for short term returns or results, we often ruin a prized physical asset, a car, a computer, a washer is washing machine, or dryer. Dryer is like a machine to dry clothes. Even our body, this is very important to note, even our body or our environment. Keeping P and PC in balance makes a tremendous difference in the effective use of physical assets. So you think take care of the things you use. It's a very common sense thing, and he said it in a very fancy way, but just to make us understand the value of it. It's like I'm putting in this effort to understand, to make you all understand how valuable it is. Take care of your health. If you don't have health, you're finished. It also powerfully impacts the effective use of financial assets. How often do people confuse principal with interest? Have you ever invaded principal to increase your standard of living to get more golden eggs? This, you know what this line is? Murari, do you know what this line is? How often do people confuse with interest? Have you ever invaded principal to increase your standard living to get more golden eggs? The decreasing principal has decreasing power to produce interest or income, and the dwindling capital becomes smaller and smaller until it no longer supplies even our basic needs. Do you know what this paragraph means? It is exactly the same example which you gave. That example which you gave of the golden egg and the saving the money when you get the job and not going and spending it all one night. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir, I remember.
Of course you remember. You only said it. But this is exactly that. So I'm trying to make you understand how good your example was. You should genuinely be proud of it and never be scared again of the English language or any language for that matter. The author of the book, who has written such an amazing book, such a famous book, is giving the same example which you have given. And you have not read this book before. You didn't know he was going to give that example. But now you are in touch with this book. Even if you're not understanding every single word, trust me, it doesn't matter. You're doing good.
Yeah,
All we're trying to say,
yeah.
you're doing good. Same example, this is what it literally means. What he is saying and what you said, there is no real difference in them. Moving ahead. A most important financial asset is our own capacity to earn. If we don't continually invest in improving our own PC, we severely limit our options. We're locked into a present situation, running scared of our corporation or our boss's opinion of us, economically dependent and defensive. Again, it simply isn't effective. So he's saying, what is your most important financial asset? Is your own capacity loan. Means keep investing in your own skills as well. Whenever you have a job, whenever you start a job, I don't know, maybe are you in college right now, Murari?
Yes, sir, I'm in college. I'm studying BC.
Which year?
Final years.
Final year. So maybe in a year or two, or whenever you finish your studies, you will go out to work. Either you will start some business, or you will do some job, or you will try and get some kind of income somehow. So he's saying he, and then a lot of investment opportunities will come to you. Invest in stock market, invest in this, invest in that. He's saying, along with all of that, don't forget one thing is to invest in yourself, which means invest in your skills, different type of skills that you have. You must keep investing, keep improving yourself. Always be a student, always eager and enthusiastic to learn. And don't only say, okay, this is my field, I want to learn this is not my field, I don't want to learn this. I'm talking about good things, okay? I'm not saying, okay, learn how to like harass someone or trouble someone or harm someone or hurt someone, but in the good things which will help you, your family, and society. Always eager, always enthusiastic to learn. You're always a student and you'll never stop being a student. That is the quality which he's trying to say. In the human area, the P/PC balance is equally fundamental, but even more important. Because people control physical and financial assets, when two people in a marriage are more concerned about getting the golden eggs, the benefits, than they are in preserving the relationship that makes them possible, they often become insensitive and inconsiderate, neglecting the little kindness and courtesies so important to a deep relationship. I think this is for me when I get married. What he's saying is, in very simple words, what he's saying is, in a relationship, okay, in any, and specifically like if you have a girlfriend or if you, when you get married, if both the people are just out to extract from each other, they're just saying, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want to take. Imagine if both are ready to take, only want to take, and no one wants to give. How can it ever work? And this is not true just for a romantic relationship, but it is also true in your workplace or in any relationship in your family or social circle or anywhere. If you're only taking, that relationship will break, no matter where it is. It's formal, informal, whatever. Where there is giving, there is thriving. Uh, Taranjit ji or Kanti ma'am, can you just take off for a second? I'm just getting called. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry. Thank you.
Taranjit, can you take over? Because
I'm beginning.
yeah, thank you.
Our most important financial asset is our own capacity to earn. If we don't continually invest in improving our own PC, we severely limit our options. We are locked into present situations, running scared of our corporation, of or our boss's opinion of us, economically dependent and defensive. Again, it simply isn't effective. In the human area, the P/PC balance is equally fundamental, but even more important because people control physical and financial assets. When two people in a marriage are more concerned about getting the golden eggs, the benefits, than they are in preserving the relationship that makes them possible, they often become insensitive and inconsiderate, neglecting the little kindnesses and the courtesies to go so important to a deep relationship. They begin to use control levers to manipulate each other, to focus on their own needs, to justify their own position, and look for evidence to show their wrongness of the other person. The love, the richness, the softness, the spontaneity begins to deteriorate. The goose gets stickier day by day. So here the author, as Vineet was saying, that in the relationship, I don't know, it was all over news, Murari, if you would have heard that there was a man who wrote a very lengthy, from UP was, and he wrote a very lengthy suicide note, and he made a 30-minute video also and posted it on social media about how the girl side were torturing him, and it was really very pathetic. It is really very emotional that people don't understand that men also have emotion. So, and it has not been one case, it has been followed by 3 more people doing it. I don't know whether you have heard about it or not. And in any relationship where you feel like that you have to only take and you have nothing to give back, it is very difficult. Even with your parents also, if you always feel like taking from them and giving nothing in return, it is not necessary that it should be monetary. It is like love, affection, respect. This is what our parents expect from us. So if you don't have that, it is very difficult. And if in a work environment, if you tend to take everything and don't give anything back, it won't work. Like you'll be soon out of the place. So yeah, like your colleagues are there, your friends also. Now also when you're studying, if you have a good relationship with your friends, so whenever you're stuck somewhere, you can take help from them. And
I
what
think
about
Taranjit, we can stop because we don't have enough time. Murari, what did you like about today's class?
yeah
Other than the fact that Taranjit, me, and Vineet were discussing. Other than that, what did you like? What part did you
Yeah,
like?
yeah. I mean, like I have most liked about like the golden egg story,
Mm-hmm.
and also like what the like author is telling that like you should be maintaining our like physical, mental, all types of assets in our life,
Yes.
and like
And also
and
what?
also
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
yeah, and
No, go
also
ahead,
we
Murari.
should yeah, and also we should maintain mutual respect to each other, right?
very true.
True, true, true. It's not only mutual respect, it's the fact, I mean, yeah, respect is a huge part of it. And another thing is, any relationship will not last when only one person is doing the giving and only one person is doing the taking, or only everybody is just taking and nobody is giving, right? So it has to be give and take.
Yeah, man, it's good.
Yeah, good. Taranjit, what did you like?
I like the fact that relationships, before the relationship, the story the of the farmer, that in today's world everybody is so materialistic that everybody wants everything at once. Nobody has the patience. Like money wise also, if money is there, everybody wants that I should get everything right away, but it doesn't happen that way. It takes time. You should have the patience. Like so many, I am really sorry that talking about suicides today, but yes, recently I read about parents were killed because the children wanted their property, and parents had really aged a lot, and this is really very sad. But then in a relationship, yes, that love and the respect factor, you correctly said, the huge part is the respect. That love is there, which anybody requires. This is what I liked about the article, the part that we read today.
How about you, Vineet? By the way, as Taranjit said, I love the fact how you said, how do you connect the book to your real life? But yeah,
I'm
what
sorry,
did you
what
like?
is the question?
I said, what did you like about this, the part of the book you read today?
I liked actually how you structured the sentence. The learning is very good, and we've all heard, right? The egg and the golden egg and the goose story. But what I loved about his writing is he has give the how do you give something so much importance? And so he is given human values or these particular values which he thinks are important. The amount of importance, if you say in like a it's like market, jabardast marketing he has done of it. And I so I really like the writing style, and that's what I was just noticing, that how you can really present your points by creating emphasis without being repetitive. Essentially, he's just talking about the 7 habits and how amazing they are. And you could actually summarize the whole book if very short in like 4 to 5 lines. All you have to say is these are the 7 habits. They're so amazing. They're so amazing. They're so amazing. They will change your life, and that's it. But he's written a whole book on them, and I found that very fascinating.
The build-up
Good.
is great.
Very nice. Meera, have you been listening? Meera? Okay, so she's
He's got
busy.
listening to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. So what I loved is because my belief system that says you have to keep learning. That's something I really enjoyed. The fact that yes, it's being reiterated, and yeah, about the fact that it's giving and this thing, and my take on today's society of people wanting to kill the goose that gives the golden egg because they want everything at the same time.
Uh, Here, I would like to share something. I have learned Vedic maths, and yesterday only I have got my certificate, International Master for Vedic maths.
Congratulations, congratulations.
When we were talking about lifelong learning, so it was something which I wanted. At that time only, I said I'll say it at the end of the class. So it really feels great